everyone. It's my pleasure to speak about AIDS awareness. December 1 is observed as World AIDS Day each year globally. This day is observed to raise awareness among people towards the problem of AIDS and HIV, a disease that affects the immune system of our human body. According to official data, 6,90,000 people are died of HIV-related illnesses worldwide in 2019. The idea of World AIDS Day was first mooted in 1987 by two public health officials working in the World Health Organization. The two public officials were James Bunn and Thomas Netter. The only way to fight the AIDS disease is through creating awareness. Hence, we students of Noble Metric Higher Secondary School are here to give an awareness about HIV. Hope this program will be an effective one. To clear our doubts regarding HIV and AIDS, we have Dr. Archana with us. My friends Aruna and Sabita are here to interview Dr. Archana.
We are proud to have Dr. Archana MBBS with us. She is an old student of our Noble Matriculation Higher Secondary School. She passed 12th standard in the year 2011 and joined Venkateshwara Medical College. She worked as a doctor in Satish Dhawan Memorial Hospital in ISRO at Sriharikota. Now she is with us to clear our doubts regarding HIV. My friends Aruna and Sabita are here to interview her. We welcome you, ma'am, on behalf of our school.
Hi ma'am, I'm Sabita.
Hi, I'm Aruna.
Ma'am, will you explain what is the difference between HIV and AIDS?
HIV is actually human immunodeficiency virus. It is a RNA single-stranded retrovirus. It usually present in the fluids, body fluids, and initially it was transmitted from chimpanzee to a human being, and it is so it is a non-human primate simian virus. Probably it would have been transmitted from chimpanzee to human being, and it is of two types, HIV-1 and HIV-2. HIV-1, it actually invade the immune system and destroy it, whereas HIV-2 is less virulent than the HIV-1, and HIV-2 is localized within the Western Africa, whereas HIV, it is said that people got affected it from the chimpanzee species by bush hunting. Bush hunting means people will go and hunt the wild animals, and they make it available, they make the meat available to eat. So after eating the meat of the wild animals, they got infected. It may be the probable cases how HIV got transmitted from an animal to a human being, whereas AIDS is an acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. It is a syndrome actually, a group of symptoms that occur together. That is a syndrome actually. It is an acquired cause due to HIV. HIV is a virus, so it is an acquired cause due to HIV virus. So because of HIV, there are so many opportunistic infections, like specific opportunistic infections and other tumors and etc. So the opportunistic infections are like candidiasis, toxoplasmosis, salmonella, herpes zoster, leukoplakia, and tumors like Kaposi sarcoma, lymphoma. These are like the group of symptoms, group of diseases that occurred due to HIV. So these are called AIDS. So HIV patients can have HIV, but HIV patient may not have AIDS if they are properly treated. Okay. Then
Doctor, could you tell the activities that transmit HIV?
Activities. Usually HIV will present in blood, semen and other body fluids. Other body fluids means like the breast milk, saliva, etc. So these are the fluids. When there is a viral load in the fluids, people who are exposed to the infected fluids will be at the risk of transmission. So, when a person is exposed to the infected fluid, he may be at the risk. So, mode of transmission includes like sexual activity, parental entry, and vertical transmission. Vertical transmission means like transmission from mother to the baby during gestational age, like when the baby is in the mother's womb, during delivery, and it can be during breastfeeding. So these are the vertical transmission. And parenteral transmission includes like improper screening of blood products that we accidentally inject to a person. And parental entry is mostly due to blood products. Sexual activities, as we know, unsafe sexual activities from an infected person to a not infected persons.
Could you tell the symptoms of HIV, doctor?
Symptoms, actually, when a person is exposed, he will develop symptoms after 2 weeks to 6 weeks. Initially, they will be presented like a fever with rashes. Initial symptoms will be like flu symptoms. They will have fever with rashes, and dry cough will be there, and significant weight loss will be there. So they will have tachypnea. Initial symptoms will be like this. Then as it progresses, the other because of the other opportunistic infections, the symptoms will get worse. Like they'll have skin rashes, full of skin rashes, leukoplakia in the mouth, oral leukoplakiasis, then candidiasis, and syphilis, even other STIs like sexually transmitted infections, vaginal candidiasis, and other symptoms.
There are many challenges for the HIV patients. Can you tell those challenges?
Challenges of an HIV patient. It is mostly due to the mental challenges, because when a person is exposed to the infection, the initial thing that he thinks is the confidentiality. If he is tested positive, then how the people nearby will think of him. So it is a social thing. And if he is positive and the thing is disposed to the society, so that is the mental stress initially he used to get. Then how the life expectancy would be, the fear of facing the death, and how the other life partner is going to lead. So all these things will be running in the mind. So the person will be highly depressed. And because of the drugs also, there will be a lot of side effects.
Doctor, kindly explain the methods of treatment for AIDS patient.
Treatment, actually vaccine is not yet found. Still researches are going on. We have many antiretroviral drugs, and recently we have HAART therapy. HAART therapy means highly active antiretroviral therapy, like combining other drugs, combining all the drugs and treating the patient. We have many antiretroviral drugs like nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, like entry inhibitors, protease inhibitors. Like we have many drugs. So combining all the drugs, and there are many treatments now available in India.
Every pregnant women are tested for HIV in their first trimester. Can you explain why?
It is mainly due to the vertical transmission. So we can avoid the vertical transmission, so that we can safely deliver the baby. And that if the mother is positive, we can treat early with the drugs, antiviral drugs, so that the transmission between the mother and the child can be avoided, and we can plan for the deliveries. Either it can be a cesarean or vaginal deliveries. We can plan accordingly.
If a mother is get positive in his HIV, what can be done to prevent the baby from HIV infection, doctor?
That's same thing. Like we can early administer the drug, antiretroviral drug that can prevent the baby to be infected. So early admission can be done.
Doctor, how you diagnose a baby born to HIV patient is infected or not?
As soon as the baby is delivered, if the mother is positive, but we want to know whether the baby is positive or not. That is the question, right?
Yes.
If the mother is positive and we want to know whether the baby is positive or not, when the baby is delivered, we should go for proviral DNA test actually. It should be from the baby's blood, not from the cord blood. Okay. If the result is negative, then we have to wait for 6 weeks. Again we have to go for the test. If it is negative, again we have to wait for 3 months. Again we have to go for the test. If the test is negative, then all these three tests are negative, then there is no vertical transmission occurred. That is, it is not transmitted from mother to child.
Is the treatment for HIV is expensive, doctor?
No, it is not expensive actually. Our government has started many programs regarding this awareness and treatment. It will be around 5,000 per year for a person. So it is not that expensive.
Could you suggest some preventive measures for HIV?
Preventive measures, that's the thing. We can do many social awareness programs like community awareness programs, school education. In school education we can, like what you are doing, we can conduct many programs, like we can spread awareness, like proper sexual education can be given in school level itself. We can do that. And easy availability of the testing centers can be done. And prevention includes everything, like we can even in sexual activities there should be some safe sex should be done. And occupational side also some universal precautions has to be taken, and proper education to the healthcare workers should be done. That is a proper disposal of the syringes and needles. Everything comes under the education. And vertical transmission also we are conducting, like in first trimester we can go for the test so that vertical transmission can be prevented. And parental transmission, like proper screening of the blood products and proper donor questionnaire can be prepared so that we can avoid even routine blood screening has to be done so that we can avoid the parental transmission. Like these are the activities we can prevent. And even after exposure we have to do proper post exposure prevention.
Should the AIDS patient be separated from others, doctor?
No, it is not necessary actually, because only the fluids that we get closer to the infected person, only we will get infected. Okay, so it is not necessarily to be isolated from the AIDS patient, because only the mucosal contact with the infected patient only we will get the disease. Okay, this is a thick skin, right? We are in direct contact with the mucosal contact. We are not in direct contact with mucosal lining of the skin. So it is not going to transmit it from infected person. So they need not be isolated. Even the isolation will cause the mental pressure.
Doctor, what kind of diet can be followed by the patients?
High protein diet, low fat diet, and of course low carbohydrate diet. Since the HIV invade the immune system, we have to strengthen the immune system. So we have to boost the immune system. We should have immune boosters of food like vitamins, minerals, and we should add everything in that.
Today being World AIDS Day, what do you like to say to the society, doctor?
World AIDS Day. First thing is we have to think of humanity. We as a human, we are the superior species in the universe so far, and we don't have any other superior species in the earth. We should take care of the biodiversity. Today, whatever we are facing is all because of us. We damaged the biodiversity and the nature has given back to us in the form of infections like today what we are facing. So, we should treat every species equally. Species includes even an ant. If we disturb them, they will definitely disturb back. So, humanity is the first thing that every human should have.
Thank you for spending your valuable time with us.
Thank
We are
you.
impressed with your suggestion and ideas. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Hope you have got a clear vision about HIV from Dr. Archana. Now I am taking your attention to Shubhan Karthik, who is giving you awareness about through a PPT. Welcome Shubhan.
Good morning everyone. On this World AIDS Day, here I am to create an awareness about AIDS and HIV among you. On June 1981, the world saw a surge in unusual cluster of diseases. Scientists were perplexed about this new and distinct disease. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention identified this disease in young homosexual men, so they thought it was sexually transmitted. Later, this was also identified in intravenous drug users, confirming blood-borne transmission. This virus was named as Human T-cell lymphotropic virus, HTLV3, or lymphadenopathy associated virus, LAV. Later, American and French doctors named it as HIV in 1983, and the credit goes to Dr. Luc Montagnier and Dr. Robert Gallo, for which they acquired Nobel Prize. Why do we need an awareness? AIDS is considered to be as a pandemic, a disease outbreak which is present over large area and is actively spreading. Every 9 minutes, someone is infected with HIV. We see young children and adults dying in front of us because of AIDS. No vaccine, no cure. It's past none, rich or poor. People infected with HIV face social discrimination. So we need to start talking to create an awareness and put an end to HIV. A word on World AIDS Day. World Health Organization declared December 1st as the World AIDS Day with red ribbon as the global symbol. Every year this day is observed with a theme. For this year it is Global Solidarity, Shared Responsibility. What is HIV? HIV and AIDS go hand in hand and often used synonymously. HIV means Human Immunodeficiency Virus, which weakens our immune system. The virus destroys the T cells that fights disease and infections, and our body cannot counterattack these infections. Thus, HIV leads to AIDS. The deadly AIDS. Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is a complex illness with a wide range of complications and symptoms. AIDS is the final stage of HIV. People are at high risk for opportunistic infection due to their badly damaged immune system. Epidemiology of HIV. There are about 37.9 million people living with HIV, resulting over 7,70,000 deaths worldwide. Of this, 20.6 million people live in Eastern and Southern Africa. India has an estimated 2.1 million people living with HIV, with over 10,500 cases in Tamil Nadu. HIV, the infective agent. HIV is a member of group of viruses known as retroviruses. HIV belongs to the genus Lentivirus. Lentivirus are transmitted as single-stranded enveloped RNA viruses. Two types of HIV. They are HIV-1 and HIV-2, where HIV-1 is more pathogenic. How the virus spreads? Through unprotected sexual contact, through transmission of contaminated blood, charring of contaminated needles by IV drug abusers from mother to child, vertical transmission. Pathophysiology. HIV primarily infects components of the human immune system, the CD4 T cells, macrophages and dendritic cells. The virus multiplies during the period of rapid viral replication. There is a marked drop in the number of circulating CD4 T cells. This weakens our immune system and allows opportunistic infections like tuberculosis and various cancers. The stages of HIV are Stage 1 acute infection, Stage 2 clinical latency, Stage 3 AIDS. First stage, the initial period following the contraction of HIV is called acute HIV. Individuals develop an influenza-like illness. 2 to 4 weeks after infection, many are asymptomatic. Symptoms occur in 40 to 50% of the cases. Second stage, the initial symptoms are followed by a stage called clinical latency. Can last about 3 years to 20 years. Common symptoms are lymph node swelling, dry cough, pneumonia, sore throat, muscle pain, joint pain, headache, skin rashes, fever, night sweats, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, nail thickening, weight loss and fatigue. Third stage, AIDS. It is defined as a HIV infection with either a CD4 T cell count below 200 cells per micron liter or the occurrence of specific diseases acquired with HIV infection like pneumocystis pneumoniae, Kaposi sarcoma, cachexia and candidiasis. The various symptoms are recurring fever, chronic diarrhea, unexplained fatigue, weight loss, skin rashes, lymph node enlargement. Method of diagnosis. It can be diagnosed by looking for HIV antibodies by enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, ELISA. Takes about 10 to 20 minutes to receive result. If the test is positive, it should be confirmed by another test called Western blot test. Takes about 2 weeks. Treatment. There is currently neither an effective vaccine nor a cure. Treatment consists of highly active antiretroviral therapy which slows the progression of the disease. It consists of a non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor plus 2 nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. For accident needle stick injury, post-exposure prophylaxis is advocated. For delivering HIV patients to prevent vertical transmission, cesarean section is the treatment of choice. Artificial feeding is given for the baby. Supportive therapy. A generally healthy diet is promoted. For pregnant and lactating women with HIV, multivitamin supplement improves both outcome for mother and children. Hepatitis A and B vaccine is advised for the people at the risk of HIV. Isoniazid prophylaxis can be also given to prevent tuberculosis, which is a common opportunistic infection. Psychological counseling for emotional support is given. Prevention. Prevention is better than cure as there is no vaccine. Practice safe sexual behavior, use a condom, avoid multiple partners. Get tested early and treated for sexually transmitted diseases. Avoid injecting drugs. Ensure that any blood transfusions have been tested for HIV. To prevent transmission from mother to child, consult a gynecologist. Let's take an oath to stop HIV. Take home message. As responsible citizens, let's not discriminate the HIV infected people as HIV doesn't spread through hugging, shaking hands or talking to them. Let's show love and compassion towards them. Let's instill hope in them. Let's make them smile. Thank you all for listening this with patience. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Now, the awareness program continues with a mime show. My friends are on the stage to present a mime show. Thank you friends for depicting your ideas through a mime show. As students, today let's take a vow to make the society free from HIV. Thank you.